Hello everyone, welcome back to Genius Knowledge Point, your one place for practical programming solutions for computer and IT students. I am making this video to provide practical knowledge to all students so that you can develop your own programs which will be helpful for your studies as well as career. In this video we will see practical number 3 of Java programming, that is for Diploma K-Scheme 4th semester. Then the practical number 3 is given as write a programs to demonstrate the use of if statements, all forms of if statement and switch case statement, different types of loops, the loops which are available as a for loop, while loop and do while loop. So all these loops will be covered in this practical. Then the conditional statements will be covered using if statements, then switch statement will be covered here. So this is all covered in this practical number 3, and from this practical we will start our actual programming journey for Java programming. So this is the first practical we are going to perform for Java programming, and onwards we will do all the practicals in Java programming one by one. So directly moving toward the coding part, that is practical related questions. First question is write a program to check multiple conditions using if statement along with logical operators. So what we have to do here, we have to check the multiple conditions inside if statement. So as we have seen in the C++ or object oriented programming, that if statement is available there and we can combine multiple conditions inside if statement. So similarly in Java programming we can do that. We can combine multiple conditions inside if statement, and we can combine those multiple conditions using logical operators. So that we have to do here. So this is the first question. So directly moving toward the coding part. So initially, as we have seen in the practical number 1 and practical number 2, that we have set up the Java programming environment in practical number 1, and practical number 2 was just having theory part, that is all the theory related questions were there. So to type our Java programming code, we have to use an application that is Notepad++ or any other text editor that is available inside your system. But why I am using this? Because it is having a good user interface. We can differentiate our coding part separately inside this Notepad++ application. So that's why I am using this. You can use any other Notepad or any other text editor application which is present inside your operating system. So for first question, the code will be given as it is. So initially, as it is a truly object oriented language which is Java programming, so whenever we are doing any program, what we have to do, we have to create a class first. So everything that we do inside our program or inside our coding part, that will be covered inside a class. So that's why the starting statement of our program will be definition of class. So I am defining class as which is similar to C++ programming. So class, this is the keyword, then space class name. So I am naming it as condition demo as given in the question. So I am naming it as condition demo. So class condition demo, this will be my first statement for Java programming code. Then I am opening a curly bracket similar to C++ coding. So inside curly bracket, the entire class definition or the entire code of the program will be covered. So that will become the code of our class, and it is also same as the code of our program. So inside curly bracket, I am writing the main function. So in Java programming, main function is written as public static void then main. So what are those keywords? So if you see, the colorful words are keywords here, and the main is the having black color, so it is a function name. So we will see these keywords one by one. So initially, first keyword is our public. So as we have seen in the C++ that there are multiple access specifiers available in programming. So similar to that, the public keyword is available there. So what is public? Defines the public means this function whichever is defined in front of that keyword is considered as a public. So this function which is a main function is a public considered. So that's why the public keyword is there. And why it is declared as a public? Because this main function is accessed outside the Java system in the CMD. So that's why it is declared as a public. So this is the first keyword. Then second keyword is static. So why I am defining it as a static? Because main function should be declared or defined only once. It should not have multiple copies. It is a class member. It is not an object member. So that's why it is considered as a static. So that's why you have to attach a keyword static here. Then third keyword is a void. As you know, in C++ programming or C programming, we have seen multiple function types, and there is a return type which is called void. That means it is not returning anything. So void means the main function is not returning anything. It will perform the code which is defined inside that function only. It will not return anything. That's why it is considered as void. Then after that I am writing the function name, which is a main. That should be main only, because in Java programming this is the syntax that we follow in every program. So public static void main, this is the syntax that we are going to follow in this Java programming code. So this is the function name. Then after that we have to specify the set of parameters. So inside main function there is only one parameter, that is array of string. So this is defined as string, then opening and closing square bracket. So this defines it is a array of string, and name of the array is args. So these are used for command line arguments that we will see in the later practicals, that we are going to use this variable name which is array of string in the command line arguments. So that's why the main function is having these parameters. So in each and every program the main function definition will be like this only. We cannot change it because it is declared as it is in the Java programming. So inside main function what I am doing, I am declaring a variable which is having integer data type. It is similar to C++ coding that we have to specify the data type, then space, name of the variable, then equal to value. So int age is equal to 18. That means I am defining a variable that is age, and I am assigning value as 18 here. So integer value is assigned as 18 number. Then after that I am creating one more variable which is of boolean data type. So boolean space has license, this is the variable name, and boolean is the data type. So as you know, the boolean data type is having only true or false value. So I am assigning it as true value. So boolean has license is equal to true, means has license variable is storing true value here. So both the variables are declared here. Then as given in the question, we have to use if condition, and in that we have to combine multiple conditions using logical operator. So how I am doing it? So I am opening if condition as if, this is the keyword which is present in Java programming, similar to C++ programming. Then starting a round bracket, inside that I am enclosing conditions. So first condition is written as age is greater than equal to 18. So this is the first condition, that is age should be greater than or equal to 18. Then I am attaching double ampersand, that means and operation is done here, logical and operation is done here, and has license variable is taken here. So what it will do, it will take the value of has license which is assigned as a true in the previous statement. So this has license will be having true value, and age is greater than or equal to 18, that will be calculated using this age variable value. So 18 is greater than or equal to 18, that means again it will create a true value. So true and true, so and operation of both the true values will be considered as true. So the combined statement of if will be considered as, that is the condition of if will be considered as true, and we will go inside if condition. Inside if condition what we have done, we have printed the message, that is system.out.println. So whenever we are printing anything in Java programming, what we have to do, we have to use system.out. So this is the output stream that will be sending our data to the command prompt. So whenever you are running the Java program, that will be run on command prompt. So that's why we have to use output stream. So this stream will be sending the data to the command prompt, and println is the function name that will be printing the entire content which is present inside the function bracket, that is passed as a parameter. So println function is having single parameter which is entered as a string enclosed in double quotes. So what I am printing here, example 1, that is you are eligible to drive. So what I am printing here, I am printing it, you are eligible to drive. So I am just erasing example 1 here, which is not needed. So you are eligible to drive, that will be printed if this condition inside if is becoming true, and if the condition inside if becomes false, we will move to the else part. So this coding structure is similar to C++ that we have seen in the previous semesters, that the if condition and else part is executed. If the if condition is true, that will execute the if part, and if the condition is false, it will execute the else part. So inside else, what I am printing, I am using the same statement as system.out.println. Then I am writing the message as you are not eligible to drive. So this will be the second output that will be printed if the condition is not satisfied inside if bracket. So this is how inside if condition we have combined two conditions, that is age is equal to or greater than 18, that is our first condition, and has license is already having a boolean value, that will be our second condition. So we have combined those two conditions using AND operator. So this is how the logical AND will be performed, and according to logical AND, either it will run the if part or else part. So this is how the program or the else part is completed here. Then I am closing the main function bracket which is opened here. So the main function is closed, and finally we have to close the class bracket. So finally the class is closed here. So next step is, as we have written this program in the text editor, that is our Notepad++. So what we have to do, we have to save this program with the same name as the class name. So the class name is condition demo. So I have to save this program with the same name, and that will be saved inside your computer folder. Whether you can save it on your own folder or desktop or any other folder. So what I have to do, I have to go to file, then click save as. Then I have created a folder inside my programming drive, that is E drive. Then I have created a Java folder here. Then I have written, I am deleting this previous file. So I have to return this file name as a condition demo.java. So I am writing it as file name which is the same name as the class name. Then I have to save this file with the extension .java, because we are writing a Java code here. So I have to write it as a .java file. So I am writing it as .java, then saving the file. So the file is saved in my folder now. So next step is to run this code. What I have to do, I have to go to my folder where I have saved this file. So I am opening the Java folder where I have saved the file, and I am deleting the previous files which I have created. So my file is ready here, which is named as a condition demo. This is the class name and same as the file name. Then if you see, the file type as a Java source file, because I have saved it using .java extension. So next step, what I have to do, I have to compile this file first. So as you have seen in the theory questions, that whenever you write a Java program, what you have to do, you have to compile that Java code first. That will convert that Java code into byte code. So that's why we have to compile this code first. So how to compile it? For that purpose we will be using CMD, that is command prompt. So how to open command prompt directly here? What I will do, I will go to this address bar. So I will just click on this white area on the address bar. Then I will type CMD here. So after typing CMD, you have to press enter on keyboard. So what it will do, it will automatically open command prompt, and the location will be your folder where you have entered the CMD. So E, and this is my E drive, then Java is the folder name. So I have directly opened my command prompt at my file location. So E Java is the file location. So what I can do, I can directly write my Java commands here. If you open command prompt at the another location, so what will happen, you will not find your file there at that location, because your file is saved in this location. that is E drive and Java folder. So if you open command prompt on another location, you will not find your saved file on that location, and it will generate some error, that is file not found error. So that you don't have to create. So for that purpose, the folder is open now. So the next step is to compile the code. So for that purpose, we have to enter a command, that is java c. So this is the command for compiling the Java code. Then after that, you have to write the file name, that is condition-demo.java. So your file name should be matched exactly as you have saved your file name. So condition demo is the file name, and you have to write the extension there. So .java. So condition demo.java is the file name, and before that you have to attach a Java C keyword and put a space in between. So after that you have to press enter. So what it will do, it will compile this condition demo.java file, and after compiling you will get a byte code, that is your class file. So if you see in my folder, a new file is created automatically, which is condition-demo.class. So this is my bytecode which is created by Java compiler. So this is how a class is created, and that class will be run. This bytecode will run whenever I am running this program. So how to run this class file? So you just have to write a second command, that is java space condition demo. Second time you don't have to put .java extension, because you are not running Java file, you are running a class file which is created already, and you are running a class. So that's why you have to just put a class name there as it is in the folder. You just have to check the spelling and the case also. So java space condition demo, this is the class name. So after entering, I will get the output. So the output is printed as you are eligible to drive. Why it is printing you are eligible to drive? Because if you see, the if condition is matching here. Age is greater than or equal to 18. So the age variable is having 18 value. So 18 is greater than or equal to 18, that is true. And has license is already saved as a true. So if condition is creating true output, and that's why this message is printed, you are eligible to drive. So this is how the output is printed here. So now I am changing the age value. So I am just entering age as a 25 here. So I have changed something in my code now. So what I have to do, I have to again go to file, then I have to save this code again, because if you do not save this code, what it will happen, it will not run the latest code, or it will not run the changes that you have created here. So that's why what you have to do, you have to save file always. Whenever you are making changes in your Java file, you have to click on the save button, and then only you will be having some new changes inside your program. So as I have changed the Java code, what I have to do next, again I have to compile this Java file which I have changed, because if you see in my folder, this condition demo.class file is the old one. It is not having the changes. It is created in the previous version. So that's why it will not having the integer value as a 25. It will be having 18 value, because it is the old class file. So that's why what I have to do, I have to again open my CMD which is already opened. You just have to open that CMD, or if you have minimized it, you have to maximize it. Again I have to run this java c command. So for that purpose I will use up arrow on the keyboard. So how I will do, while using up arrow, it will show me the previous command. So it will save you some time of typing the code. So java c condition demo.java is the command for compiling the code. So I am entering on keyboard. So if you see no error, that means your file is compiled properly. Then again I will use the down arrow on the keyboard. So it will run me the second command, which is java condition demo. So this command is for running our class file. So I am pressing enter now. So it is showing me you are eligible to drive, because if you see the condition is age is greater than or equal to 18, that means my condition is satisfying here, and has license is also true. So that means both the conditions are true, and AND operation of true will give me you are eligible to drive again. So now I am again changing this value. So I am writing it as 10. So I am assigning age value as the 10. So as I have changed something in my code, so what I have to do, I have to click on this save button again. Otherwise it will run the previous class file. So again, as I have changed the code, again I have to use the up arrow on the keyboard to run my javac command. So javac condition demo.java. So as there is no error, that means the file is compiled successfully, and I am using down arrow on the keyboard to run the next command, that is java condition demo. If I press enter, what it is showing, you are not eligible to drive. So why it is showing you are not eligible? Because the age condition is not satisfying here. The age is having a value as a 10, and 10 is greater than is equal to 18 is not satisfied. So what it will do, it will return a false value, and false and true will return a false value. So that's why it will not run the code from if statement, it will run the code from else part. So that's why it is printing you are not eligible to drive. So this is how our outputs are changing according to our inputs inside our program. And you have seen how to type the Java code inside your text editor. Any text editor you can use, or Notepad++ is preferable, or any other text editor that you have knowledge that you can use. So you have to write your Java code inside text editor, then you have to save that using the same name as the class name. Then after that you have to open the command prompt on the same location where your file is saved. Then you have to write the commands javac, then file name.java to compile the Java code. Then the second command is java space class name only. You don't have to put any extension after that. So it will run your Java code that you have created. So this is how we have seen the first question. And in the first question, what we have done, we have used the if condition. And as it is our first program in the Java programming sessions, that's why we have seen how to write the code in Notepad, then how to compile it, then how to run it. So all the conditions that we have seen in the Java programming first program that we have seen here. So this is how the first question of practical number 3 is completed here. So moving toward the second practical question, that is write a program to check number is even or odd. So this is very simple program that we have seen in the C programming as well as C++ programming. We have to enter a number, we have to accept that number in the program, then we have to check that number using condition, that is it is a even or odd number. So as we have seen in the first question that how to create a program, we will be using Notepad++, then how to compile that program, how to save that program on particular location, then after saving it you have to use a command prompt on that location, then compile it. So that steps are similar. So I am directly moving toward the code of the program. So moving toward the coding part. So for saving our coding time, I have already typed the code here. So what is this code? Initially I am writing a statement as import space java.util.star. So this is called importing a package inside Java, that we will cover in the next practicals whenever we will see the practicals regarding packages. So in that time you will understand this, what is import statement is and how to import that package. But for current purpose, you have to consider that this import statement is similar to header files. Whenever we do C and C++ programming, we include some header files there. So similarly in Java programming we have to import packages. So consider it as header files in C++ program. So that is our first statement. And why I am using it, why I am importing this java.util, because I am using some functions or some classes that are required for this program. So that's why I am importing it. So this is how the import statement will be, that is always a first statement. Next, as we have seen in the previous program, we have to create a class definition. For every program we have to create one class. So for that purpose I am creating a class as a class space even or. So this is the class name, class is the keyword. So after that I am opening a curly bracket, that is the class definition has started here. So again I am writing a main function here. So public static void main, this syntax is already seen in the previous program, that is question number 1. So if you want to see, you can repeat that question. You will see why it is public, static and void. So the main function is the keyword, main is the function name. Then after that I am opening a round bracket. Inside that I am taking array of string as a string A. So this is the command line argument that we will see in the later practicals. Then after that I am starting a main function definition. I am declaring a variable int num. So this is the integer variable. Then after that I am creating a class object, that is scanner sc. So why I am creating this object? Because I have to accept input from the user. So for that purpose I am creating object of class scanner. And from where this scanner class comes, it comes from this import statement. So that's why I have imported java.util.star here. So scanner sc is equal to new scanner. So whenever you are creating any object or a new object is created in Java, how it is created? Class name space object name is equal to new keyword is there to create a new object. So new space, then again we have to put a class name, and after that we have to put a constructor bracket. So as the constructor is defined in your class definition, that constructor will be called here. So this is how a class object is created in Java programming. Class space object is equal to new class, then in round bracket you have to put a parameter which is present inside your constructor. So in this parameter I am passing system.in. So what is system.in? System.in is a input stream. So it will be accepting data from command to your user your program. So that's why it is taken here. So this statement is used for accepting data into our program. So after that I am putting a message. We have seen this system.out.println in the previous program. So why it is used? It is used for printing some output. So what I am printing inside println? I am printing enter the number as a message which is enclosed in double quotes. So enter the number will be visible on your command prompt. So that will be the output screen. So this message is printed. Then after that I am using num variable which is declared in the first statement, that is num is equal to sc, this is the object of scanner class, dot next int. So this is the function which is present inside scanner class, and what it will do, it will accept the number which is entered on your command prompt, and that number will be accepted, and that number will be stored into num using this equal to operator, that is assignment operator. So this is how the accepted or entered number will be accepted into num variable. So the enter the number message is displayed, and after that whatever number is entered by the user, that will be taken by this function, and that number will be stored into num variable using equal to operator. So this is how our number is accepted in our program. So after that a number is taken in the program. So next we have to check that number whether it is even or odd. So for that we will be using if condition. So if, then opening a round bracket, so num variable mod, that is mod is modulus operator, that will generate a reminder. So whenever a number reminder 2 is generated as equal to 0, so that means this condition will be satisfied. So if the number is taken as 10 reminder 2, that is 10 divided by 2 will be generating reminder as 0. So this condition will be satisfied, and this condition is satisfied means it will return true and it will run the if part, and if this condition is not satisfied, it will run the else part. So this is how we are checking whether the number is even or odd. If it is even, it will print this part, that means it will print number is even, and if the condition is not satisfied, it will run the else part and it will print number is odd. So this is how the program will be completed here. So the else part is complete, the main function is also completed, and finally we have to close the class bracket. So this is how the program is complete here. So next step is your coding part is done here. So next step is to save this code using this class name. So what I have to do, I have to go to file, then save as. Again I have to go to same location where I have put the previous program. So it is inside E drive, then Java folder. So I have to write the file name as same as the class name. So even odd is the file name. Then after that I have to put extension as .java because it is a Java code. So I am writing it as even odd.java and I am clicking on the save. So what it will do, it will save my file on that location. So if you go to that folder, you will see even odd Java source file is saved here. The next step is to compile this code and run this code. So as we have seen in the previous practical, that for that purpose we have to open command prompt here, and for that purpose what I will do, I will click on this address bar and I will type cmd here and press enter on the keyboard. So it will automatically open command prompt on the same location where my file is present. So the next step is I have to type the command javac space even odd dot java, the file name as it is with extension. So even odd, this is the file name, and .java is the extension. Then I have to press enter on the keyboard. So after pressing enter, it is not showing me any error. That means the file is compiled successfully. And if you go to folder and see, a new class file is created here, that is evenodd.class. So that means your class file is created, your program is compiled successfully, your byte code is ready now. So now to run this byte code, what I have to do, I have to enter the next command, that is java space even and class name only. So java space even odd. So this is the class name without any extension. So if I press enter, it is asking me to enter the number. As we have seen in the program, we have printed a message to enter the number. So I am just printing, I am typing any value. So 15 is the number I have entered. So after pressing enter, the 15 number is accepted using a next int method and it is stored into num variable. And after that we have seen, we have put if conditions there. So after entering the number, the if condition will run, and if you see, the output is printed as number is odd because this mod condition is not satisfied here. 15 mod 2 will generate the remainder as 1 and 1 is not equal to 0. That means it will be having false value, and as if condition is having false value, it will go to else part and it will print number is odd. So this is how the number is odd printed here. Now if I want to run this program again, what I will do, I will just press up arrow. It will give me the previous command which I have entered. So java even odd is the previous command. So again I am pressing enter. So it is asking me to enter the number again. So this time I am entering 20. So let's see what is given as the output. So the number is even. This is the output this time generated. That means 20 mod 2 is taken as the remainder is taken as 0, which is matching here. So it is going inside if condition and it is printing number is even. So this is how we have typed our code and we have run this code for checking the number is even or odd. So for that purpose, what we have seen, we have done using the user input. That means we have printed the message to enter the number. Then using scanner object, we have accepted that number using this next int function, and that number is accepted, and after accepting the number we have used the if condition. So this is how the second question of our practical number 3 is completed. Now the third question is write a program to check switch case using character data type. So what we have to do, we have to use switch case statement here in this program. So if you have seen C programming or C++ programming, we have seen switch case in C as well as C++. The same syntax and same concept is followed in Java programming because the Java programming is almost similar to C++. So we will be using switch case inside our program, and you may have known that switch case is similar to else if ladder. So this is how the switch case statement will be. So directly moving toward the code of this program. So I am just opening Notepad++ where I have already generated the code. So initially the first line I am writing as import java.util.star. So in the previous program we have already seen that why it is needed. Whenever we want to use scanner class in our program, we have to import this java.util.star as a import statement. So this is how the import statement will be. That will be your first statement in your program. So next I am starting the definition of the class. So public class switch demo. So this time I am writing public keyword here before writing the class definition. So that will become a class as a public class. So my class will be public class. So we will see this access specifier in Java programming in the later practicals. So for this now we are declaring this class as a public. So public class switch demo, this is the class name and class is the keyword. So I am writing starting the opening bracket, then inside that, as we have seen in the previous program, we have to write our code inside main function. So public static void main, then string and our variable of arguments, that is command line arguments, and it is array of strings. So that's why I am writing string a and square brackets. So this is the definition of main function inside Java program. So starting the main function, initially I am declaring a variable ch and data type is char. So similar to C++ programming, character variable is created here. Then I am creating object of scanner class. So scanner sc is equal to new scanner. So we are creating a new object and the name of the object is sc, and we are assigning input stream inside its constructor, that is system.in. So we have already seen this in our previous program. So next I am writing a message, and for that I have to write a function println using system.out stream. So that is system.out.println, and inside function I have to write a message in double quotes. So I am writing enter a character between A to F. This is the message to user, so he will enter a character between A to F. So for that purpose the message is given, and that character we have to accept inside our ch variable. So that is ch is equal to sc.next line. In previous program we have seen sc.next int because we were accepting integer value there. So this time we are accepting a character variable, and there is no method to accept character using scanner object. So that's why I am writing this method as sc.nextLine. So what it will do, it will accept a line, and that output will be string variable, that is string data. So to convert that string data to character, I am writing .charact. So this is a string function, and that will be taking a character at particular location given in the string. So I am writing it as char at, and in bracket I am passing 0. So it will take first character. So automatically whatever the string you have entered or single character you have entered, it will be taken as a character, and that character will be stored into ch, because ch is a character data type variable. So this is how the character is accepted here using string value and attaching charact function at the end. This is how the ch is accepted. Now it is time to use switch case statement. So I am writing switch, this is the keyword, switch keyword, and you have already known that inside switch you have to put something which is checked inside switch cases. So for that purpose I am writing ch here. So I have to check ch value inside switch statements. So for that purpose I am writing ch inside switch bracket. Then I am opening switch case. Then to check multiple values we have to write case, then we have to put space there, and after that we have to write a value. So I have to check value a for ch. So this will be written as case space, and as it is a character variable, so for that purpose I am writing a in single quotes. So it will become character a. So this will be the case character a. So if this ch value matches with this character a, so the code inside this case will be executed. So that's why colon is given, and I am writing as system.out.println you have entered a. So this is the case a, and after that, as you have already known in switch cases, that you have to write break statement after each cases. So for that purpose I am writing a break statement. So if break is not there, what it will do, it will execute default also. So that's why we have to write break after each case. So without break the output will be you have entered a, and the default output will be invalid character. So this is how both the output will be printed. So that we don't want, that's why I am writing break here. Similarly case b is written, and the message is you have entered b. Similarly all the characters are entered up to character f. So b, c, d, e, f, all the characters are checked using cases, and I have written message their respective messages in front of their cases, and finally break is there. And if the character which is not present between a and A to F is entered, so it will go to default statement and it will print invalid character, because we have specified to the user that we have to enter a character between A to F. So if the user is entering any other character which is not between A to F, what it will do, it will execute the default statement and it will print invalid character. So this bracket is complete, which is completing the switch statement, and finally the main function is closed, and finally a class is closed. So this is how the coding is done for this program. So next step is to save this code. So I will go to file, then save as, and I will go to my location where I want to save. So I am saving it in programming drive and Java folder, and the file name should be same as the class name, used including cases. So S is capital and D is capital. So again I have to write the same name here, S capital and D should be capital. So switch demo is the class name and the extension will be .java. So I am just saving it. So I have saved in my location, so I am going to that location. So if you go to that location, that is E drive, then Java folder, if you see the switch demo Java source file is created here, and the class file is not present because we have not compiled it till now. So for that purpose, what we have to do, we have to click on this address bar, then I will type cmd, then my folder is opened inside my command prompt. I have changed the theme of command prompt, that's why it is looking in the white color, but you can see in your command prompt also the same command will be working. So I am writing the compiling command, that is java c space switch demo dot java. So this is the class name .java, that is file name .java. So I am pressing enter on keyboard. So it has not given me any error, that means our program is properly compiled. And if you see, a class file is created here, switch demo dot class. So the next step is to run this program using Java command, java space switch demo. So I am entering. So it is asking me to enter a character between A to F. So I am just entering D now. So if you press enter, it will show me message as you have entered D. So it has checked inside the switch cases that which character is entered that will be accepted into CH, and using switch cases it has identified that the case D is matching with the D character, so that's why it has printed you have entered D. So again I am running this program. To run this program again you just have to press up arrow on the keyboard. It will show you the previous command, that is java switch demo. So I am again entering this program. So this time I am entering any other character which is not between A to F. Let's see what is the output. So it is showing me invalid character because the default statement is printing invalid character. So if your characters are not matched with this character, that is A, B, C, D, E, F, it will go to final statement, that is default statement, and it will print invalid character. So this is how we have completed this third question. Now let us see fourth question. Write a program to display 1 to 20 numbers using for, while and do while loop. So if you know C++ programming, you have already known these loops, that is for loop, while loop and do while loop. And what is the purpose of using loop? Because it is having the piece of code and that is repeated again and again according to particular condition. So whenever you want to repeat some piece of code inside your program, you will be using loops, and these are multiple loops available in programming, that is for loop is available, while loop and do while loop. And in this program we have to use all the three loops and we have to print 1 to 20 numbers using these loops. What is the advantage of using loop? It will save you the lines of code and time to generate those lines of code inside your program. So let us move to the coding part directly. So I have developed the code here already. So initially I will be importing a java.util header file similar to C++ programming, but it is not header file in Java. It is just an import statement that will be importing a package. So I am importing java.util.star. Then I am starting the class definition as a public class name. So loop demo is my class name. That will be our file name. Next I am starting the class definition. Inside that I am defining a main function, public static void main, then string and variable array of strings. Then inside the main function, what I am doing, I am declaring a variable that is int I. So as we have to print 1 to 20 numbers, so for that purpose we will be needing a variable. So I am taking it as int I. So it is an integer variable. Then after that I am printing a message using system.out.println 1 to 20 numbers using for loop. So as the question is given, we have to print this 1 to 20 numbers using 3 different loops. So first I am printing these numbers using for loop. So for that purpose I have printed this message. So the for loop syntax will be, for is the keyword, then opening a round bracket. So first statement will be initialization of the variable. So I am initializing I is equal to 1. So this is the initialization, and after that we have to put semicolon. Then I have to write I is less than is equal to 20. So the next part is test condition. So that condition will be checked after every loop execution. So after executing every loop iteration, what it will do, it will check this condition again, that is I is less than is equal to 20. Then after that third part is increment or decrement. So here we are starting our loop with the 1 value and we are ending to 20. So that's why our third part will be increment of I variable. So that will be I++. So this is the syntax of for loop in our Java programming, which is same as C and C++ program. So inside for loop, I want to print this value of I, which is system.out.println, and in bracket I am printing I value. So it will be printing the value of I whichever is present at particular iteration. So how this loop will execute? Initially the value of I is assigned as 1, so it will print 1. Then after that this increment will happen. So after ending each iteration, what it will do, it will increment the value of I using I++. So the increment will happen and I will become 2. So next time it will not initialize the value, it will directly go to test condition. So what it will check, I is less than is equal to 20. So the current value of I is 2, which is less than is equal to 20. That means our condition is satisfied. So it will again go inside the for loop and it will print I value again using this system.out.println. So this is how the second time the I will be printed. Again, before going to third iteration, it will increment the I value as 3. Again the test condition will be checked, and this process will be repeated till this condition is not satisfied. So as soon as this value of I will become 20, next for the next iteration what it will become, it will become 21, and 21 is less than is equal to 20. This condition will become false and we will be moved out of the for loop. So we will go to the next statement, that is system.out.println 1 to 20 numbers using while loop. So this is how the 1 to 20 numbers will be printed using for loop, and we will move to the next statement, that is 1 to 20 numbers using while loop. This is the message. So this message is printed. Next again I will be repeating the same steps, but this time I have to use a while loop. For while loop, the initialization is taken before the while loop condition. So I is equal to 1 is the initialization, which is happening one time only. Then after that, inside while you have to write the condition which is in the for loop also. So I is less than is equal to 20, this is my test condition. So that condition will be checked after every loop iteration, and the missing part is increment and decrement, that will be inside while loop statements, that is the loop statements, and that will be the last statement of while loop. So this is how the initialization, test condition and increment decrement will be inside while loop. So again inside while loop I am printing system.out.println and the value of I. So the same steps will be repeated here. The value of I will become 1, then 2, till it will become 20, and finally it will become 21, and the while condition will be taken out because it is not satisfying. 21 is less than is equal to 20 is not satisfied, and we will move out of the while loop and we will go to this statement, that is system.out.println 1 to 20 numbers using do while loop. So this time I am using do while loop here. So again it is similar to while loop, but the difference is it is exit controlled loop, and for loop and while loops are entry controlled loop. So what is the meaning of these two? Entry control loop means the condition of the testing is checked at the beginning of the loop, and in exit controlled loops the condition for testing is checked at the end of the loop. So the syntax for do while loop is similar to while loop. Initially we will be doing initialization, that is I is equal to 1, then I am writing the statement inside do statement, that is do, and I am opening curly brackets. So all the statements that you want to repeat will be inside do syntax. So do, and I am writing system.out.println and putting I value here, and I am incrementing the I variable, so that will be inside do statement. And after do is completed, I will be writing my test condition. That's why it is called exit controlled loop, because I am testing my condition after one iteration is completed. After every iteration is completed, my condition will be tested. So this is the difference between while loop and do while loop. So again the condition is same. Inside while I am writing I is less than or equal to 20 and semicolon should be there. If you see for loop and while loop, we have not written semicolons because these are not completed statements. Whenever you complete any statement, then you have to put a semicolon. So that's why there is no semicolon there. So the do while loop is also completed, but the difference is if your test condition is not matching, then your do while loop is repeated or do while loop is executed at least one time. So that is the difference between for loop, while loop and do while loop. For and while loop both are the same, just the syntax is different, but do while is different. In do while loop, your condition is tested at the end of the loop. So if first time your condition is not matching, then your statements are already executed here. So that's why your code is executed at least one time here. So this is how all the loops are done here. So finally I am closing the main function and closing a class. So the coding is complete here. I am saving this file as inside my E drive and Java folder, and the file name should be same as the class name, that is loop demo. L and D is capital dot, Java is the file extension. So it is showing me it is already present. Sorry, dot is not given, so I am writing dot Java. So the file is saved here. I am going to that folder where I have saved the file. So this is inside E drive and Java folder, and again I am clicking on the address bar and writing cmd to open command prompt. At the same location I am writing the command as java c loop demo dot java. So if you see no error, that means our program is compiled successfully, and the class file is also created here, loop demo dot class. So to run this program I have to write java space loop demo. This is the file name without any extension, followed by Java command. So if you see, the output is generated as 1 to 20 numbers using for loop. This is the message which we have printed. Then all the numbers are printed from 1 to 20. Then after 20 the loop is terminated and we have gone to next line, which is the message 1 to 20 numbers using while loop. Again the numbers are printed. Again after 20 the loop is terminated because condition becomes false. Then we have moved to next line, which is 1 to 20 numbers using do while loop. So this is how we have used all the three loops here to print 1 to 20 numbers, and we have seen how to use loops inside Java programming, which is same as C and C++ programming. The syntax is same and everything is same. So this is how the fourth question is also completed. Now moving towards the fifth question, develop a program to use logical operators in do while loop. So what we have to do, we have to use a condition using logical operator, and the loop we are going to use is do while loop. So do while loop we have already seen in the fourth question how to use it, its syntax and how it is designed. Do while loop is exit controlled loop where the condition is checked at the end of the loop. So this is how the do while loop will be, and in logical operation we will be using OR operator, that is combining of logic will be done there. So directly moving toward the code. So initially I am writing a class definition as public class and a class name as a logic demo. So this should be same as the file name. So this is the class name, then starting the class definition using opening curly bracket. Then inside it I am writing a definition of main function, public static void main. String A is the array of string. So inside main function I am declaring a variable as int I. So this is the integer variable and name is I. I am assigning value to I as a 1. So I is equal to 1. Then I am starting a do while loop. So do statement is entered here and starting the loop. So inside it I am checking if condition as if I is equal to 5 or, so this is the or symbol, or I is equal to 10. So if the value of I is 5 or if the value of I is 10, this time this if condition will be satisfied because we are using or here. So either of the two will be satisfying the if condition. So inside it I am writing system.out.println I. So the I value will be printed here, and finally then I am incrementing the I variable. So this is the loop syntax. First I am initializing the I variable, then I am writing statements, then I am incrementing the I variable, and finally I am checking the test condition using while. So while I is less than is equal to 20. So this is the test condition, and as it is a do while loop, we have to check the condition at the end of the loop, and finally we have to close the loop using semicolon. So what it will do, inside our program initially the I value will be taken as 1. So inside do statement it will check if the I is equal to 5 or I is equal to 10. So 1 is equal to 5 will become false, as well as 1 is equal to 10 will become false. So both the false means it will go to next statement. So if you see, this system.out.println is inside if, because I have not enclosed it inside curly bracket. That means it is a single statement. That's why I am not using curly brackets here. So it will go to next statement, which is I++. So this time it will increment the I value, that is 2. Again it will be checked inside do statement, that is if 2 is equal to 5 or 2 is equal to 10. So again it will become false, and again it will be incremented, and the loop will continue till the I value will become 5. So this time this condition matches and this condition is not matching, but we have or in between. So that's why if only one of the condition is matched, that means it will return true and it will print the I value. So this is how the output will be. So the output will be printed as 5 and 10 only, because all other numbers will become false for if condition here. That's why 5 and 10 only printed, and all the numbers between 1 to 20 are skipped here. So this is how the loop will be. So finally closing the main function and finally closing the class. So the code is complete here. So I am just saving this program to my location, that is E drive, then Java folder, then file name which is same as the class name and with .java extension. So the file is saved there. So I am just closing previous command prompts, going to that location. Now to run this program I have to compile it first, and for that purpose I have to open CMD. So to open CMD at this location I will click on this address bar, type CMD here. It will open command prompt. So I have to write the command, that is java c. Class name is logical demo. So I have to write logical demo as it is, which is the class name .java. So after pressing enter, it has not generated any error. That means our class file is created, our program is compiled successfully. If you see logical demo.class is created here, that means our program is successfully compiled. Next step is to run this program using Java command, that is java space logical demo without any extension, and press enter. So if you see, only 5 and 10 are printed, because as we have seen in the program, only 5 and 10 conditions are matched here, and only those values will be printed, because only for those values if condition is becoming true. For other all numbers the if condition becomes false, and it is not executing this printing statement. So it is directly going to increment. So that's why other numbers are not printed. So this is how the fifth question is also completed. So that's it for today's practical. I hope you understand the program clearly. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such programming solutions, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. If you have any doubts or need solutions for other programs, drop a comment below. I will be happy to help. Thanks for watching and happy coding.